Hello everyone, welcome to the program Mudat Anokhi Aaliya, whose English name is Sages of Sin. My name is Munir Domki and let me tell you at the outset of today's program that today's lecture is going to be the significant one. In the sense that today we will introduce you a senior poet who is from Larkana. You can watch his picture behind me and let me disclose his name to you, that his name is Sikandar Sheikh. So Sikandar Sheikh is a poet venerated by a bunch of his very bosom friends like Saleh Abbasi, Badr Ansari, Gulab Charnio, Ajab Sheikh, Sair Sheikh, Muddar Ali and Ajiz Ashik Pinno. They are the very poets who often accompany with him and hold him in a great esteem. Sikandar Sheikh by profession is a machine man and he works in one of the government departments, and this is going to also make our today's lecture interesting one, that a machine man is talking about his fragile emotions through his poetry and depicts his personality through his poetry too. He was born in the year 1976 and he started composing the poetry at the age of 5. And today he exceeds even more than the age of 55, and till today he is associated with poetry. Today's lecture will draw the attention of culture department and also those publishing house and people belonging to the publishing houses, that they should consider his poetry worth publishing and give some sort of honor to this senior poet too by bringing his poetry book into the market. So Sikandar Sheikh started composing the poetry when he was at the age of 5. And his first couplet was published in a journal called New Nai Duniya Publication. So with the publication of his first couplet in that journal called New Word Publication, Sikandar also entered in the new word. And that new word was not this word that we are talking about, and that new word was the word of imagination. Perhaps sick of the grim realities of this life, he found a flight into the world of imagination and found poetry one of the sources to run away from this pathetic life and enjoy the life of imagination. Well, there are many interesting things about this poet, that in practical life or in journal life, he manages serious and sober look before he let loose with a loud guffaw. But in poetry, he seems to be a pain-stricken poet, and his poetry is replete with the pain. His personal pains given to him by someone very close to his heart, and the pains of the people that he looks around. Another interesting fact about Sikandar Sheikh is that he hides himself in reality and reveals his real being through his poetry. So in one of the tries of mine with him recently, I asked some serious questions from him, and he replied eloquently that to a question I asked him, he replied that pain men and poets play a vital role in the society. They condemn the extremist elements in the society and preach and promote national unity too. To another question, Sikandar Sheikh replied that in composing poetry for masses, a poet has to exercise great caution and follow his conscience too. This poet, Sikandar Sheikh, did not become a poet overnight. There is a history behind him too, and what inspired him to be the poet, to compose poetry, or what theoretical rationale he's composing poetry. There are numerous reasons. Number first, he became a poet, or he emerged as a poet from the fatful and painful situations in the life. And according to him also, that someone's smile, not disclosing her name, also inspired him towards the poetry. Sikandar Sheikh depicts the pains of society. He also depicts his inner pain, the kind of the gloom that always pervades him, and he's talking about the class system through his poetry. The rich, the poor, the best, the worst are the very issues or questions that keep on troubling his mind too. This poet also composes poetry to give oxygen to the dead hopes of the downtrodden and the lower strata of society. And lastly, he composes poetry, he composes prosic poetry too. Sikandar Sheikh is a poet of ghazal, free verse, and he's a poet of the Vaitu. These are the very forms of poetry which are composed in Sindhi language too. Though he has basically he's a romantic poet, but he does talk about the pains that he observes in the society. So much of his poetry talks about the pains, and those pains are divided into many categories. His personal pains, pains given to him by someone very close to him, and pains of people, pains of society, and even pains of the humanity around the globe. All are the pains which he talks about through his poetry. These are all of the pains that he talks about through his poetry. Even now, what is his concept of poetry? What does he give? The notion of poetry through his poetry is this, that Suraj je saag mein budal, monja sara geeta ghazal. Now, poet Sikandar Sheikh claims that his all poems, ghazals and geets, they are replete with pain. But he talks another fact too, that Sach Pavan Sarji Shala, Jeevat ko poe lafani aahe. Sach Pavan Sarji Shala, Jeevat poe lafani aahe. So, power of the poetry is that if the poet conveys the truth, speaks the truth through his poetry, then that speaking the truth through poetry makes the poet immortal. Means poetry makes the poet immortal if he conveys the truth to the people, if he is the strong supporter of the truth. To another thing, another thing that Sikandar Sheikh expresses through his poetry is that he depicts the life of the poet. And who is the poet? According to him, that Ubade Hanjame Sab Sitara Sumya, Hik Kavi Du Kitab Jage To. Now, this poet is talking about the dormant, galaxy of stars in the night, but thinks that poet even remains active in the night, and he carries a book in his hand too. But according to Sikandar Sheikh, that poetry can be immortal. Poetry can make men immortal. Sarje thi su hai sach mandat jo kasama. He takes aware that he is talking about truth and beauty through his poetry. The recurrent themes that I have found in his poetry are the pain, and he talks about the physical love, spiritual love, beauty, and he feels his heart melts when he finds the pains of people around him. Now, take example of his pains that he depicts through his poetry. So, for this poet, life is not bed of roses. In fact, it is bed of thorns. Now, definitely, when you are talking about pains, so those pains can be of different category. There are definite reasons of depicting the poetry, depicting the pain through the poetry. Now, you are depicting the pain perhaps because you do not have the share of joy in your life. You are depicting the pains because you are observing the pains around you, and you are depicting the pains perhaps life is not as much happier human life as we often deem about it. This poet talks about the pains again and again, and his pains seem to be unending too. Now, as he says that, "Panja goda paan piyun tha, ben sa kehro soor salje." Now, poet is talking that Sikandar Sheikh is talking that he is suffering himself. He is suffering himself and does not wish to share his suffering with anyone else. So his tears get sucked inside his eyes, and he does not wish to share those tears with anyone too. रात अंधेरी पहनू जीवन. Now, this couplet, this line depicts enough about the gloom that pervades in his internal life too. But generally, if you anybody can meet him in practical life, you would find him a happy-go-lucky person. He would meet you with a smile, not just in the light on his face, but through his poetry, he talks about the pains, and those pains are unending. So in the morning, he has to. It means he has to spend his morning with the parents and also evening with the parents, as this couplet says. हर सुबह सुहानो सुख न दे, हर पीड़ भरे थी शाम तरे. दर्द पीड़ खुटे तकिए खुटे, मैं सरनो अजाब जागे थो. So poet is saying that he does not find a way how to end the pain, because human pains look larger than human beings. And often he talks about the pain by associate, he talks about the pains, associating the pains with the joys. As he says that Chavin tho pyo khushiu, ahen kade minu. It means the poet is asking the question that he had no shares of joy in his life, and he's raising questions about the joys too. So, in order to find one smile, he had kept on weeping. His eyes kept on weeping too. And if by chance he managed to have a smile, then that smile even could not last for a long time. As he says that, Ha tridi hui mukh the salan ka poe, sa udhari murk bikhas ji bai. Khoon ja lurk roz mull mein dei, khil akhin di khareed care kare. So, another fact that Sikandar Sheikh depicts through his poetry about the joys, that joys are very expensive, and one can get the joys, but first one has to suffer from the pain too. खून जा लुढ़क रोज मुल्ल में देई, खिल अखिन जी खरीद देर करे. Now, if you have too many pains in your life, then definitely you would become sick of the very life that you are leading, and you may be disappointed too, and you may assume that life is not worth living. This poet is also talking a similar thing, as he says that केड़ो जीऊं जानी जग में, केड़ो जीऊं जानी जग में, जीण जी तू दुआ न कर. So when you have so many pains, the poet is saying that, asking his beloved that do not pray for a happy life to live. Well, apart from these pains, his personal pains, he has also the pains of the masses, the very people of his motherland, as he says that, देश जहानिया दिल में हजारी, केड़ी खुशियत पे साई खिलती. So when you have pains of your masses of motherland, then what way would you find to smile? He's also expressing another pain through his poetry, that perhaps the world did not, perhaps the society did not allow him to have smiles in his life. As he says that, Murkan zamane varan kithe dino ho, samuri jeevat lurkan satar kaiya. Sikandar Sheikh is also talking about the duality, about the fake smiles or gimmicks of the people, because according to him, if the people today smile, their smiles are even fake. Chapante murk, dil mein dar, akhin mein lurk. And he's also talking about the other thing, that mukhate murkata makhya jeri, par dil hunaji dagiya jeri, roz kulante lash gamanja, har vikha kay kandiya jeri. People manage to have a smile on their face, but their heart is cunning. They are cunning at their heart. So he talks about the duality of the people too. And this poet, since he's a romantic poet, so romantic poets often even talk about the stitch, about the pain which are given to them by their mistresses too. This poet is also talking about the pain of the mistress that she has given, as he says that दूर परे रही प्रीतो खां, दूर परे रही प्रीतो खां, दर्द पैंजा शदीद केर करे. So poet is saying that if he goes far away from his beloved, then his pain would increase too. Well, apart from this, this poet, Sikandar Sheikh, has also he feels the pinch of the pains of poverty-stricken people, as he says that गुर्बत के कत्लन में कल्पनाओं सब कुछ. Now, when you have unending poverty, your wishes or your dream seems to be dead. Maktal bani muflisi, Sukrat jo kasama. Taking swear of the Socrates, the poet says that even the poverty has become a cause of some sort of a death. So when you are a poor, it means, according to him, a poor man is a dead man basically. A poor man is a powerless. As Socrates, though he was very wise, Socrates was very powerless. And he fell prey to the very poor system, and he was hanged to death just for the sake of truth. Maktal bani muflisi, Sukrat jo kasama. What basically poet tries to convey, Sikandar Sheikh conveys a fact that a poor man dies even before his death. Well, he's also a revolutionary poet too. He talks about the revolution, and he in his poetry he often depicts the violent revolutionary ideas too. And since he's a romantic poet, and romantic poets are often revolutionary too, as he addresses to those people, those rich people who amass the wealth through foul means, and those people who build their palaces and who build their majestic houses and handsome houses at the cost of violating the rights of the poor people. The poet is addressing to them and saying that Jogi Ranje Joy me Jabir Tunji Lat Manat Nirahandi Gandaraf Golan Sa Shogalai Eri Hane Bat Nirahandi. And those who take arms and to decimate the poor, those who cannot have access to the higher authorities, and those whose rights are violated. Jhupo jrando je dhangendo, toji bhi malak narami. I repeat this couplet because in this couplet he talks about his socialist theory too. Jhupo jrando je dhangendo, toji bhi malak narami. If those who are rich and those people who are landlords, and they amass the wealth through foul means, and if they keep an ill intention to demolish the huts of the poor and downtrodden people, then they should also be worried or should be alert about the fact that if the poor people whose rights are violated, if they take to arms, then they would be very dangerous to them, and their palaces, mean those people who are living in palaces and handsome houses, their palaces would be unsafe too, and they would be under the jeopardy or in jeopardy. Well, to tell you more about Sikandar Sheikh's poetry, that he also wants to, he raises the questions about so many things that happen in the society. For example, he says, Kood bikesi yari rahndo, sachi net subharo rahndo. How long the lie or how long the sex system would exist? Sachi net subharo rahndo. The truth will ultimately conquer over the evil. घोरे जीवन जो धरती था सो ही सिंध सहारो रहंदो. घोरे जीवन जो धरती था सो ही सिंध सुहारो रहंदो. So the poet is saying that only that man can outlive, that man can live in the very chapters of history who learns to sacrifice his life for the sake of the motherland. हर रुत में तुंहिंजो ई रहंदुसि, सावण तोणे सियारो रहंदो. Poet expressing his profound love for the motherland, saying that whether it's summer season or winter season, his love for the country and his love for the mistress would be unshaken. Well, he talks about also the for peasants too, because since he's also the poet of the people, he talks about the laborers, he talks about the peasants too, as he says that तुझो हौसलो तुझी हिम्मत सगारी जीए शालहारी जीए शालहारी. तुझी कुरत कोडर बारो बनिया तुझो अज़म गैरत सहारो बनिया छॾियो तो न तिन सां चारो शनिया तुझो हौसलो तुझी हिम्मत सगारी जीए शालहारी जीए शालहारी. So poet prays for the long life and asks the peasants not to give up their courage and keep on working for the land. Well, another interesting thing about Sikandar Sheikh is this, that since he's a romantic poet, so he seems to be longing for the mistress too through his poetry. As he says that, कंहिंजी राह निहारिया वेठो, कंहिं लाइ लुर कहारिया वेठो, तुंहिंजो मुर्क रगो थी घुर्जे, ॿिया तूं let me correct that तुंहिंजो मुर्क रगो थी घुर्जे, ॿिया तूं घणा खफ़ा न कर. So poet is longing for the smile of his beloved, and poet is looking for the way of the beloved to come to visit him, and that's why he is shedding the tears. Another fact that he discloses through his poetry, Sikandar Sheikh says that he can't help living without his beloved, and the separation of beloved is like a death call to the poet, as he says that दूर जीरे रही प्रीतो खाओ दर्द पंहिंजा शदीद केर करे अचतपरी आओ अचतपरी आओ तो बिन नाहे कंहिं विषय में सौ. So without beloved, there is a no taste, no color in anything in the poet's life. So since Sikandar Sheikh is a romantic poet, so death is also a recurring theme in his poetry. So much so that he says that even separation of beloved seems to be like equal to death, as the poet says that tu inde edi vadi maut kha poe, tu inde edi vadi maut kha poe par uho namumkin a monjo ajayo pura bas jeevan saro sura. So if the beloved can come after a long separation, then the life of the poet is a burden on him and full of suffering. Well, as a lover, if you wait too much for your beloved and the beloved does not come to you, then you seem to be dead too. As the poet says that ach hali tum ya maut ke mokin intezar mazid kher kare. So poet has two options. Either he has to wait for his beloved, and addressing to his beloved, he is saying that either you come or dispatch to death, so that he may get relieved or relieved of the very pain that he is suffering. To bin kedo sa jeevan jhedo gaam. So without beloved, his life is full of suffering. Hidkiyate hayati unnavel khaniya. Even poet is asking his beloved that if even he is on the verge of extinction or at the deathbed, even if the beloved comes to him at that moment, he would be very happier soul. Well, how it is possible that a romantic poet, if he composes a poetry, does not talk about the love? This poet, Sikandar Sheikh is a romantic poet too, so he does talk about the love too. So in the beginning he talks about the physical love, and later on when the wisdom dawns upon him, he talks about the spiritual love. So he's a poet of love. Love is also a theme that keeps on repeating itself in his poetry. So earlier he talks about the beauty of the beloved, earlier he talks about the love of the beloved, and he admires the beautiful figure of the beloved too. Fi suhata pachore, in the baab to kasama, huwa wani sikandar, kainat jo kasama. The poet swears that beauty of the beloved has attracted him a lot, and he swears that she has made a great home in his heart. Another thing the poet expresses that ishq akhrin mein ख्वाब जागे थो जल तनेणन में शराब जागे थो जिय भरी जिय में जाम जोबन जो जिय भरे जिय में जाम जोबन जो अंग अंग में शराब जागे थो. So those who love are dreaming, because in the first experience of love, a lover is a dream. He expects too much from the beloved, and the very figure or a physical appearance or a body of the beloved attracts the lover a lot. So lover seems to be dreaming. All lovers in the very first stage of physical love, they are very dreamy. They dream about their beloved and are often preoccupied with the very imagination of the beloved. Now, later on, talking about, earlier he was talking, Sikandar Sheikh was talking earlier about the physical love. Then all of a sudden he jumps to the spiritual love. And why did he then move to spiritual love? Because of this fact. Viji ulfat javang, poe shotho hani, hane nafrat janang. So when poet experienced the hatred on the part of the beloved, and when he realized the mortality or the satiety of love, then he realized that physical love was not practically the real love, and he moved towards the spiritual love. And when he moved towards the spiritual love, he seemed to be ecstatic about his beloved, and seemed to be puzzling no ardent feelings for his beloved. And to him, then spiritual love was more important, and he was in a trance state. As he claims, he swears that love was revealed to him through divine manifestation. As he says that, and expresses longing too. In a taaq jo kasama, in a raaq jo kasama, alham ishq jotso, rab zaat jo kasama. So, longing too much for the spiritual love, the poet expresses another truth about himself, that moving from the physical love, the poet went to the spiritual love just because spiritual love or a love was revealed to him through a divine manifestation. And that love was matchless, that love was a unique one, and spiritual love was some sort of a gift to the poet, as he expresses, Aishq armayo hi, so God jo kasama. And later on, he also believed another fact, that when he realized that spiritual love was superior over the physical love, then he also started believing the fact that spiritual love was profound, and spiritual love existed even before the nature, as he expresses that ishq uno qadim qudrat kha taike jadid care kare. So love, spiritual love exists even before the nature, and attempts to make it modernized would be nothing, just a futile attempt. And this was the reason that he had static feelings. He had no feeling for his physical beloved. He had no feeling for his beloved, or he had no attraction of the physical appearance of his beloved. That's why he says that Ma jade ma raho hi naya toke khushamandid care kare. When you have the experience of spiritual love that you go in a trance-like state and you communicate with the divine, and the divine love is manifested to you, and you stop believing in the physical love and start believing in the spiritual love too. Apart from this, this poet, very interestingly, you may call it, because these days his health is also not good and his health is precarious too. We pray through this lecture that may he live longer than the mountains and may God make him see more springs in his life. Sikandar Sheikh has left a bequest, and he left that bequest before his days of life could come to an end. And I would like to read that bequest here in front of you viewers, as he says that, वर्षे में वसीयत ओ मुझे बचड़न जी मां भोए खे ॾींदी रेज लहूअ जो वञा मरी मां जे तूं न मांदी थी जाए न कंहिंजी बांदी थी जाए पर तूं पंहिंजे अरोड़ जहिड़े सीने में तिन बचड़नि खे सारे रखजांइ हिन हंज हेराकनि खे हंज पियाकुनि खे पींघे मंझि लोॾे तूं देस जो लोलियूं ॿोली तूं ॾिजांइ तिन खे गस गैरत जा ॻोल्हे तूं पोइते न हटनि छलही जेको माॻ छॾियल मुंहिंजो सो माॻ खटनि छलही कॾहिं सूर्य सूरमनि खे उते तूं ई वठी अचिजांइ जंहिंजे हंज में सुतल हूंदुसि मां हा उहा माउ मिटी मुंहिंजी तंहिं महल पवे शल महकी ऐं सींद तुंहिंजी पवे बहकी तेसीं तो वठी अमानत हिन धरतीअ जी ज़मानत हिन जा तुंहिंजी बि जीजल आहे मुंहिंजी बि जीजल आहे उहा वरसे में वसियत मूंखे मिलियल आहे उहा वरसे में वसियत मूंखे मिलियल. So this is the bequest of poet Sikandar Sheikh, who is a national poet at core and who left the bequest for his mother and asking her to transfer the legacy of generation old nationalists or the sons of the soil and keep on teaching them the language, even though he prays that Sindh may live for many centuries to come, even after his death. So viewers, this was our lecture on a senior poet from Larkana. His name was Sikandar Sheikh. You are watching the online program Mudat Anoki Andiya, whose English name is Pages of Sindh. And this program is a project of Readers Academy of English Language and English Literature, GPO Road, Larkana. My name is Munir Domki, and with this we conclude this lecture. Khuda Hafiz.